Well, tonight, more accusation of corruption in the Baltimore City Police Department. The Civilian Review Board says that all charges should be dropped against a man set to go on trial for a third time for murder. That board says that 4 officers should pay for what they did to Keith Davis Jr. ABC 2 News' Eddie Kadam is live at police headquarters. So, Eddie, their findings, what exactly does this mean and what happens now?
The board says that Davis never fired a gun at police officers and likely didn't have a gun on him at all. He's accused of murdering a Pimlico race course security officer in 2015. Now, just 5 hours later, police say he was seen leaving the scene of an accident and they pursued him, and that was just blocks away from the murder scene. Kelly Davis has maintained that her husband, Keith Davis Jr., is innocent since he was arrested.
My husband is innocent. My husband did nothing wrong that day, but survive. 44 shots shot at him from 4 Baltimore City police officers.
In June of 2015, police were seeking out Davis as a robbery suspect. He was arrested after police chased him down and shot him. He's in jail after being convicted for having an illegal handgun. Now he's set to go to trial for the murder of Pimlico racecourse security guard Kevin Jones. The Civilian Review Board says all the charges against Davis should be dropped.
Mr. Davis was shot by the police unjustly. This information was in the hands of the State's Attorney's Office for Baltimore City. This information was in the hands of the police department for Baltimore City. And as we have been crying for since the beginning of this saga, that these charges should have and shall be dismissed.
The Office of the State's Attorney had this to say about the findings. Quote, "The board's findings are separate and apart from the criminal proceedings currently pending against the defendant, for which we cannot comment. The findings call for 2 police officers to be terminated and for 2 more to be suspended."
Circumstantial evidence tied only by a handgun, that we now have an independent review from the Civilian Review Board. The officers who originally testified in this matter testified inconsistently.
The review board pointed to a crime lab investigation that showed a gun that police say had Davis's fingerprints on it was never fired, and all the bullets fired at the scene were from officers.
Testimony from the Baltimore Police Department is that this gun was not fired, yet we still have a murder charge. The ease within which this can be ignored is scary.
Davis is looking at a lifetime in prison with a court date for murder in June.
This ink, holding officers accountable, saying that they did something so egregious on that day that they are calling for them to be terminated. This is the ink that we've been waiting for. And the fight does not stop until my husband crosses that threshold of my home.
The board sent their findings to Commissioner D'Souza, suggesting that 2 officers be fired and 2 more be suspended, and also asking for an explanation if the commissioner disagrees with their suggestions. Now, a spokesperson for the Baltimore City Police Department did say that they got those suggestions today and they are looking into it. Live at Baltimore City Police Headquarters, Eddie Kadam, ABC 2 News.